Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a drag and drop assignment. I use them primarily for graphing, but there's all kind of stuff you could do with them. So what you're going to need to do first is navigate to your Google Drive. You're going to need to create two new things. First, we need a new Google Slide. So just tap it, and it'll pop up with an untitled blank one. You can name it whatever you want. After it finishes loading, terrible internet, sorry. Test graph. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go back here to my Google Drive, and I'm going to create another new assignment. See, it just popped up there in that folder. I suggest doing this in either your main folder or a subfolder that you want to make your lessons in. And we're going to need to go to More, and we need Google Drawing. So these are the two things we need. This, it doesn't matter what you call it. I'm going to call it Graph. Now, what we need to do is go to your Google Slide. And first, we need to format this drawing so it matches your Google Slide. So I'm going to X out this themes because it's doing nothing but being in the way. Go to File, Page Setup, and look at this right here. This is what we need to know. This slide is a widescreen. It's 16 by 9. It could be whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you like yours 4 by 3, it's up to you. But whatever that is, your drawing needs to match. So I'm going to keep it 16 by 9. That's what I like. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to My Drawing, File, Page Setup. Notice this is on standard. I need to change that to 16 by 9. Now, what we're going to use this for is creating our background, whatever we don't want the students to edit. So let's say we want a graph. So I'm going to just do a quick Google search. Teaching plain. Hopefully I spelled things right. And here's a standard one it looks like. I don't like that one. Go through, find one you like. You can also use clip art option. But just find one that suits your needs or make one yourself. You can use any image, just copy it. Let's see what this looks like. Copy image. I right clicked and copied. I'm going to paste that in the drawing. Notice here it's really small, so I might actually need a different one with better resolution because it's probably going to be a little blurry. Yeah, it's a little blurry, but for our purposes, it'll work. I made my own, so I formatted it how I wanted. And yeah, we're not going to use that one. Let's find a different one. This one's pretty. So you can even use, trig graph if you need it, or whatever kind of background you want. Now here is the key. This screen that you see those red lines, those are the same boundaries as your Google slide. So if we format this graph inside of these boundaries, it'll keep the right shape in Google Slides for background. So watch what happens if I just save a regular image. So I'm going to save this to my desktop. Maybe. Sorry. Save image as graph. And if I use the backgrounds, here's the change background option on slides. And I choose that graph I just made. Let's see what happens. Those are my downloads. I guess it'll go all around. And let's see what happens. Notice how it's all squished and weird looking? Yeah, it's not going to work for me for graphing. Those squares are rectangles, and we don't want that. That's why we're going to put it in a drawing first, and then we're going to download that drawing. So we're going to download it. You can choose PNG or JPEG. Doesn't really matter. JPEG's got a little bit better quality, but unless it's a really nice picture, it doesn't make a difference at all. And if you notice, it said graph parentheses 1. So usually when I'm making an assignment, I have the same name. I just call it problem, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 automatically. So I don't have to delete this background. I'm just going to change it. Choose image, browse. I want that graph 1. So now it has a nice graph that I can work with. It's got actual squares on it. So on a graph, we need points. So what I like to do is I like to create the points myself for the students. So I'm making a circle. That's not a circle. So if you hold Command and Shift, Control Shift most likely for you Windows users, you can make an actual circle instead of an ellipse. So that's a good size point for me. Over here, you can change the color. I'll make it blue. So my point will be blue, and you can change the border color. You can make different color points. So I'm going to copy and paste, Command or Control C, and then V. And if I look at that, this point's kind of big. And if you use your arrow keys to move it around, it's not very easy. So what I do is I hold Shift and use my arrow keys, and I can get it right where I want it. And you go to the left, and that should be about right. So you can make it however big you want. You can make them different colors. That's what I did on my circles assignment. I made the center blue and the other points around it red. And the students can just drag and drop wherever they want to on this graph, but they can't do anything to the graph itself. And then let's say you want them to actually graph a line. Well, if it's a straight line, that's really easy. They just use the line tool. However, let's say you wanted to draw a parabola. Let's make a parabola. So this won't be perfect. I'm just giving an example. Something like this. Let's say you want to make a parabola out of that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click on this line tool here and scribble. This lets you basically do freehand. Now it's really hard to add things to the end of it. So I like to make my arrow, come back, go around, try and make my butt nice and curvy, and then make my other arrow, and there's my parabola. So you could show your students how to do that in a video. I have one on my YouTube channel if you want to use it, but that's basically how you do it. If you want, you can change the thickness. I like 8 or 4 points, and even the color, even the style. So if you need an asymptote, they have dashed lines, or you can have solid lines. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. So now, whenever I'm giving my students an assignment, I would have the 3 points, and I'd say, give them some directions maybe. Let me insert a slide. And I just put it at the top. So every problem's gonna be on a new slide, by the way, and they just use this, the thumbnails over here to navigate. And they can use text. So just make a text box. Directions. Place the blue point at the center, center of your vertex, at the vertex of your parabola, and place the other 2 points at some other values on either side of your parabola. Something like that. Who knows? Who cares? You can change it how you want. So you put your directions here. They come over here and they do whatever you said to do. There's the vertex, point 1, second point. And I have an assignment in the Google Drive folder with rational functions you could look at. That's something similar to this. But that's about it. That's how you make a drag and drop assignment. Just use the drawing to format the background, download it, and upload that as the background. And then you have an uneditable background. All right, have a good day.